everybody. This is a Lamley showcase. Super excited to finally have the Street Tuners Hot Wheels latest mix from Car Culture sent to me by our friends at Wheel Collectors. Thanks to them. There's a link to their store down below. You definitely want to follow their YouTube channel as well. But we have the set. It is the fourth mix of Car Culture in 2019. And it's been a while, right? Silhouettes was the last mix if you're not counting Team Transport. So it's been a while, but the wait has been worth it. At least that's what I think, because this mix is fantastic. Some neat little treats when it comes to this mix, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and just start. We'll start with number 1 of 5. We'll kind of show you off the art on each one of these cars, and then obviously show off the car, of course. But this is the Nissan Silvia, the S15. Here's the back of the card. I'm not going to show it on every card, of course, because it's all the same. You got all 5 cars. You've got this if you want it. And you've got some fantastic artwork. Of course, it is Car Culture. Street Tuners is the theme. Julian Coyles, as always, has done the art for these. He does the art for all of Car Culture and a whole bunch of other premium stuff for Hot Wheels. And he has, just as usual, outdone himself. He's gone with a theme with... Well, there's always a theme, but sometimes he'll position the cars exactly the same. Other times he won't. But you've got this this similar look. I think everything has the same background, if I'm correct. I might be wrong on that, but I think I'm right. And the cars are sitting in this position, light underneath. Very much a 90s look to this, especially with these colors. Julian has really played it off. And what Hot Wheels did with this mix, which is really, really cool, is just said, you know what, we've heard from you. We know the decos are what you like the decos on a lot of these cars, but you've said, let's see some premium, just straight plain, no deco. And that is what we're getting 100% of the way with this mix. Yes, you've got tampos, you've got graphics, you've got, maybe graphics is the right word, you got tampos at least, you've got tail lights, you got headlights, you got front emblems, you got side if you need them. I don't know if any of them have it. And then in some of these you have license plates. But other than that, they are totally plain. So what, to me at least, because I like the realism, these are going to be premier releases of each one of these castings. Like up there, and when you look at each one of these, what you like the most about them. Does that make sense? It's like you'll start looking collectively at the Silvia, for example, and you say to yourself, this is the best version, one of the best versions we have. Speaking of the Silvia, I did bring out some previous releases. There have been 2 of the Nissan Silvia of the S15. First one was from the Forza set. That's where it premiered in entertainment. And what a debut this was. This car was red hot. Still is. And I always like, well, that's a good looking car. I like the Forza deco on it. But more importantly, I like the casting. Then, of course, we saw it in Fast and Furious. The Fast and Furious car with that... it's cleaner than some Fast and Furious decos, but it's still... very much from the era that this car debuted, and for me, I like the Forza, this Fast and Furious. I like the wheels. I still like the casting, and of course, it represents a car that many people like. But I was like, I would love to see a plain S15. Jimmy Lou, who had a hand in designing this, he's in Hot Wheels marketing, also was happy to produce one of his favorite cars in a very plain. And so this is one of the inspirations was seeing this S15 totally plain. And here it is, pearl white with the black 6-spoke rims. We'll call them the 6-spoke rims. And it looks amazing. I hope we see other plain versions of this casting, but you're not going to beat pearl white with black rims. That's one of my favorite looks for any car, and I just don't think this can be beat. I want Hot Wheels to definitely try, because I would love to see multiple versions of this casting. But, this is top of the mountain when it comes to that casting, pearl white with black rims. It's just a look that looks good on every car. All right, next one. In number 2 of 5 is the Mazda R95 Mazda RX-7. We just saw this casting yesterday in the Fast and Furious set. The Fast and Furious Walmart set as a basic. It's also in the other Fast and Furious. What was it? The not the quarter mile, but the original Fast, right? The RX-7. But here we see it once again playing. Here's Julian's art. Looks fantastic. It's cool to see these replicated, the real riders, in the art for the RX-7. I would love to see this one on the 6 spokes, but I think these rims look totally fine. And this one is definitely a third version of the two other plain ones. I actually showed these yesterday in the Fast and Furious video, but the first edition in blue is one of my favorite. With the J5, I just think it looks really, really good, and it was such a cool looking casting from the second it was released. Then they made us chase this beautiful red version because it was a Kmart exclusive. Also plain, and if you notice, it has rear tail lights, has a license plate with the Hot Wheels logo on it. It has the front, at least it doesn't have the headlights, of course, because they are sitting inside, but it does have the front deco, and that's pretty much what this model has. It's in plain yellow. It has the front logo, front detailing, nothing on the side as far as I can tell, and then really nicely detailed tail lights on the back. So it really becomes, to me, like the third release, like the third stock release of this casting. Obviously, we get the die-cast chassis on this one as well. But again, when these models are plain, they just look great. Number 3 is the 96 Nissan 180SX Type X. Oh, it's so cool to see this one in premium. I think a lot of us had hoped to have seen it. We've seen it in basic since its debut. Its debut remains, and this is true, I know I say favorite a lot, but this remains one of my all-time favorite basic releases is the 180SX. In this red color with the black PR5s with the gold-lipped PR5s, and then just, detailing on the back and then on the sides, right? I just thought that car was so cool. I actually have a few of them. And we've seen some nice releases. We've seen the Advan, a Hot Wheels Racing, a couple of others, but I've wanted to see another plain version, and how great is it that we are now seeing it returning to its stock roots, but as a premium model. That one is in black with the 5-point or the 5-spoke rims. And the same thing, we got front detailing. I don't think we see anything on the side. I don't think we need it because it's black. And then the rear detailing, which looks really good. A little cleaner than on the basic version, of course. It should be. And it is. Black interior. That's one thing. There's not much to say about them. It's just fun to look at. That is just, I'm so excited to see that one premium. I wonder what else we will see. Number 4. Honda S2000 makes its debut in car culture, and when you're doing this casting, you could go in so many directions. There's so many stock versions of this casting from the basic range in multiple colors. I thought I would show 2 that from previous. This is the first time, well, actually, this is the second time it was a premium release. This is actually a convention exclusive. When they did the dinner for Ryo Asada, they tried to replicate, or didn't try, but they nicely replicated his Honda S2000. His is a little more stock than this replica, but he designed it, and I always thought this one was nice. I always was a little bit bummed out with the 30th logo, 30th convention logo on the hood, but other than that, this one was super, super clean. You can see Rio's name on the headlights, but I think, or on the windshield. But I think the better one, and there's the dog saying hi. I think the better one is this one, and it's a great companion. This is the third color of the first edition. It started in yellow, then went to red, and then we had this great one in, I guess, a silver color with gold rims, and I just love the simplicity of this one. And now we see it in more, I guess, I don't know what you call that, gunmetal. I guess you'd call that silver again, but now the rims are black. Real Rider lace style wheels, and I think in black they just look awesome. And once again, there ain't nothing on this casting other than headlights and taillights and a rear license plate. We are going to see this one premium once again in RLC very, very soon. I think in like a copper color, right? With the 6-spoke rims on it. Finally, one new casting. We've gone 90s era with the first 4. 90s era, early 2000s, right? And now we jump into the current age with the Panda Subaru BRZ. Brand new casting, number 5 of 5. There is Julian's artwork, and it looks so good going with the Panda aftermarket styling on this one with the BRZ. Now, obviously no previous version, but Hot Wheels did do the Scion, now Toyota FRS. It's a decent casting and actually done in a bit of an aftermarket, maybe Panda-like style, right? I always thought it was a little bit too rounded in the back, but the silhouette looks really, really good on this casting. But we never really saw a proper release. We saw a lot of side deco on it. We saw it as a Zamek, which I thought looked cool, but this Panda Subaru BRZ will replace that one as like the go-to of this casting. I hope you know actually that you might be wondering why I'm showing a Scion / Toyota. If you're not familiar, the BRZ and the FRS or Toyota 86 are the same car, essentially, right? With a few little minor details, differences. But this one with the Panda aftermarket and then just plain again. I'm sure we will see this one with, well, it has the Greddy logo on the back, which is nice. But I think we'll see this one in all multiple decos moving forward. I could see it in all kinds of racing or drifting decos moving forward. But this one looks fantastic. So there you go. Street tuners looking fantastic. Plain. Something that a lot of us have wanted to see, and hopefully you guys are happy to see it in stores pretty much now. Thanks, Wheel Collectors, for sending it. We're not done with car culture. We'll be getting to the next mix very, very soon, so look forward to that, to doing that preview for you coming up very, very soon. Tell me what you think about car culture, or tell me about what you think of street tuners. Which one's your favorite? I'm a big fan myself. Bye.